Hi neighbor, welcome to today's video. Today I am making Prince Tuesday. Now Prince Tuesday is a little bit different from the rest of the puppets that were on Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood in that there was more than one Prince Tuesday puppet. Prince Tuesday didn't start with the beginning of the show. Like King Friday was there first, and then he ended up having to meet Sarah Saturday, and then he got married to Sarah Saturday. Apparently there's a whole episode about it, which I don't think I ever saw that particular episode. And then shortly after that, they had a kid, Prince Tuesday, who was named after the day of the week he was born on. So throughout the show, he went from a little baby to a little toddler to eventually little school kid. And by the time that I was watching it, Prince Tuesday was a little school kid. I was probably watching it in like the early 1990s. So it's definitely towards the end of when Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood was coming out, because I think the show ended sometime like in the early 2000s. Like Mr. Rogers literally died like a couple years later, or like a year later, something like that. And I think the show ended in 2001 and he died in 2003. I'll put it in the description box whether I was right about that or not. But I think that was quite a smart thing for him to do, to have a puppet like that, because it was another way for little kids to interact with the show, to see like, hey, like there's this little being that's been entered into our lives and we get to see it grow, and it's just like Prince Tuesday on the television. Not that it was something that I would have been able to relate to, because I was the youngest kid. I was the youngest sibling. So, yeah. So I'm going to end up making Prince Tuesday in this video. Also, just as a heads up for this video, you may notice that my hands look a little bit more injured than usual as I'm going through it. I ended up traveling recently for my birthday, and my body had a hard time adjusting to the climate of the place I was in, and it decided to take it out on my nails. So, I'm perfectly fine. I will heal from this. It's just I have a lot of really dry skin right by my fingernails in this video. But I'm only human, so it is what it is, yeah? Let's get started. Here is the lovely Prince Tuesday. I decided to go back to like the hair I was using for everyone else, even though the color did seem off. So that way it would fit. But it did leave quite a huge gap here. And I did end up using like a smaller yarn so that way Prince Tuesday could actually be smaller than some of the other puppets that he's supposed to be smaller than, like his parents. But we're back to the normal finger-sized puppets, and it's just a long journey in realizing that what I consider to be a normal size yarn, other people would probably consider to be a thicker yarn. So, yeah. I did end up having like a miscount during the cape, but we took care of that. Because I was wondering like, hey, I'm losing stitches, only to find out, no, I wasn't losing stitches. It's nice to make them in the sun with the sunlight going on. I'm still trying to determine whether I want to be awake while the sun is up or not. Yeah, he's just an adorable little puppet. It's like 2 + 2 is 4. Like he had school scenes, I want to assume, right? With Henrietta Pussycat and like one of the other ones that there isn't a pattern for. One of the other puppets there isn't a pattern for. Yeah. I'm not crazy about the fact that the wool is the body here, but the rest of him is relatively soft. It also seems kind of off-putting that he doesn't have eyebrows. But if you look at the pattern, the puppet itself does not have eyebrows. But there's space for eyebrows. I might be tempted to put them in anyway. I might have to look up Prince Tuesday and find out if he did have eyebrows. And if that's the case, I just might add them in afterwards. I'll put a thing on the end of the video of whether I put eyebrows on him or not. Anyway, that was today's entertainment. Have a nice day. I looked it up. Every incarnation of Prince Tuesday had eyebrows, so he has eyebrows now, and he looks so much more normal. So much better. I'm very glad I did that.